Welcome back to the last day but one of the basho. Here's the man who's in the lead along with Chio Taikai. But this is his first tournament as Yokozuna. He's the 68th Yokozuna in Japanese pro sumo history. Of that 68, only 7 have been promoted to Yokozuna and then in their first tournament won the basho. So maybe this man will get it, Chio Taikai. He's won a couple of times in the past. Maybe not. It's very close between the two. Certainly in this basho, this new Yokozuna has been getting more and more back on form. He started off very wobbly and uncertain of himself. But in the last few bouts, he's got back to his old form, rough and tough, very fast, and very quick to take opportunities in the sharp movement, especially on the edge of the circle. So it's full house yet again here in Osaka. And we go to the first of our bouts of day 14. We have one wrestler up from the judo division, it's Otsukasa. We've seen him in the Makuuchi division before. He's been in and out, but he's about that sort of in-between level, not quite strong enough to stay in the Makuuchi division. Here fighting Kasuganishiki. Well, it's Kasuganishiki making all the going there, slapping hard, pushing in. Otsukasa wriggling a little bit. He's got his arms on, but it's Kasuganishiki keeps his head, keeps his cool, takes him to the edge and takes him out with yorikiri. Of course, we have these judo wrestlers such as Otsukasa fighting now because with the gaps, with the wrestlers that have dropped out this particular tournament, such as Musayama, they have to pair them up with from the division below. It's another judo wrestler, Ushiomaru. We've also seen him in the Makuuchi ranks before, only briefly. 24 years old, 170 kilos, fighting Kinkaiyama, 27 years old and 160 kilos. Well, Ushiomaru disposes of Kinkaiyama without too much trouble. A tsukiotoshi thrust drop throw there from Ushiomaru. Well, he's he didn't realize he had to take the prize money from the referee's fan. Another judo wrestler coming up to fight Akinoshima. Akinoshima at Maegashira 12. This basho he's had 5 wins. Previous basho had 6 wins. He's very near the brink. Oginishiki on the left there. Locks in tight. Akinoshima tries the kubinage, the neck throw, and he's hanging on to that neck, but game attempt to take advantage of that grip, but it's always very difficult. A neck hold means a high hold. A high hold means that their weight's floating up, and the opposing wrestler can lift up against that hold and bundle them out. Occasionally you see kubinage as a winning throw, not too often though. Akinoshima loses that one, 9 losses for him. And for judo fighter Oginishiki, another win. Now we have Toki lookalike Takanotsuru. It's from the Naruto stable, which is known for its classical belt sumo, fighting Kasugao in his second Makuuchi bout. Kasugao there locking in tight. He's got a deep grip with his right hand. Takanotsuru somewhat relying on his weight. Just standing there. He's 175 kilos, some 25 kilos heavier than Kasugao. Well, Takanotsuru needs to move himself a bit. Just standing there. And it's Kasugao who's making all the running, heaving him around. That took Takanotsuru very close to the edge, and he's back on the edge again. There's the gabari, the gut thrusts. Takanotsuru hanging on there, doesn't look too fussed. Needs to try something. All he's trying to do is stop. There it is, there's the lift finally. Kasugao gets the lift and takes Takanotsuru up and over those straw bales buried in the clay of the dohyo. 7th win for Kasugao. Chance for him if he can win on his last day to get Kachikoshi, which in his second Makuuchi basho will be a good result, especially for him. He got kachikoshi in his first one. Now we have Jumonji against Toki. Toki, the man with the sideburns. He's to have fought 3 times previously. Toki's won 2 of those 3. Jumonji, otherwise known as Mon in the sumo world, is pushing hard, and he forces him over the edge with yorikiri. 9th win for Jumonji. He's certainly having a good basho. His previous basho, he had 5 wins, and before that he had 8. No money on that bout, so off he goes. Tamarikido, he's got 7 wins. If he wins this one, he gets his kachikoshi. Previous basho, he had kachikoshi. Kotoryu with 5 wins so far. Not doing too well. There's that high neck hold again. But it's Tamarikido takes advantage of it and shoves him out. Another yorikiri win by Tamarikido. Next out we have Gojoro. He was out of the Makuuchi division for something like 21 bashos. 6 a year, that's like just over 3.5 year absence. Here fighting Wakanoyama. Well, that was beautifully sidestepped. Wakanoyama, as we've seen in the past, comes out somewhat too low. He came charging out. Gojoro just jumped up slightly to the side and kept him going with a little tap on the back of the neck. Well, those sort of wins are generally regarded as easy wins in sumo. And the elders of the Sumo Association don't like to see too much of those wins. Now we have Kotonowaka, big man on the right, 175 kilos, some 30 kilos, 40 kilos heavier than Asasekiryu, who tries for a leg grab. So we have Kotonowaka using his greater height, bearing down on the smaller wrestler. Asasekiryu with 2 arms in on the inside. Morozashi hold 1 arm very deep. Slight change of grip there. Interesting move there. We expect to see the twist, the underarm twist from there. Shitatenagi. Referee encourages them on. Asasekiryu tries a leg hook, and that's enough, and that really dumps Kotonowaka down. We've seen a lot of those leg hooks this tournament, increasingly, more and more over the last few bashos. The kirikaeshi, that's the knee behind, and the sodogaki, where the whole leg hooks round behind the opposing wrestler's leg. So that was 5th win for Asasekiryu, and 8th loss and makikoshi for Kotonowaka. You see the preparations in the changing rooms below. All very carefully arranged in hierarchical order. It's a nice ebb and flow of excitement and quiet. Now that lists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wrestlers who've dropped out this tournament for one reason or another. Still, the injuries continue to plague the sumo. As I've said before, all sorts of reasons for it, but I think mainly it's just a rough game. Now, Tochinonada fights Buyuzan. They fought 3 times before. Tochinonada's won 2 of them. Buyuzan making all the going, tries hard, but Tochinonada trying to pull his head down. Buyuzan locks in tight again, but it's Tochinonada who spins him over with the insertion of his arm beneath his Buyuzan's armpit, scoops him up and over. 9th win for Tochinonada in this, his 800th career bout in sumo. He started in 1996, having come through from the Japanese amateur ranks. Now we have Aminishiki. 124 kilos against Takanonami, 170. Big weight difference here. Takanonami once said he likes to hand out stick to the some of the smaller, less experienced wrestlers. Well, Aminishiki, very skillful. Doesn't look much of him, but there he tries an inside leg hook. Takanonami just about hangs on, and then he converts it into a lift, a kakenage. A bit like the Uchimata of judo, but in sumo called kakenage. Nice combination there, hooked his leg in, started to drive Takanonami back. Takanonami ground to a halt, stopped it, and then went the other way as Aminishiki reversed his lift. 7th win for Aminishiki, 7th loss for Takanonami. Next out, Mongolian Kyokutenho against Tamanoshima. These two have had 5 bouts in the past. Kyokutenho has won 4 of them. Tamanoshima's won once. Kyokutenho, you see that arm right under the armpit of Tamanoshima. That denies him the hold. Tamanoshima's right hand all the time looking for a chance to run him backwards, which he does, and forces him over the edge with the yorikiri. That's 8 wins, and kachikoshi for Kyokutenho, 7th loss for Tamanoshima. Kotoriki, 151 kilos, Dejima, 162, both with 8 wins. Kotoriki that almost pulls Dejima down, but finally gets him to the edge and shoves him over with skidashi. Quick but violent bouts, which Hokutoriki wins to take his 9th win. 6th loss for Dejima. So Hokutoriki having a good basho. His 2 previous bashos, he only scored 4 the last one, 5 the one before that. So a big improvement since then. Now Kaiho against Tosanumi. These two have fought 6 times. In the past, Tosanumi's won 5 of them. Tosanumi on the right, Kaiho on the left. Comes out slightly low, burrowing into Tosanumi. Sidesteps him, gets round behind. Tosanumi tries to recover from that with a quick spin on the edge, but Kaiho closed in too close onto him and popped him over the edge with oshidashi. 7th win for Kaiho. That levels him up with his previous basho result. Had 7 wins then. With a bit of luck, 1 more win on the last day will give him kachikoshi. Kotomitsuki with 5 wins, not having a good basho. Fights Kyokushuzan. Kotomitsuki, these two has fought Kyokushuzan 4 times and beaten him 4 times. Kyokushuzan there though, starting to level it up a bit. From the tsupari at the start, the slaps and thrusts, to the pull. Slap down win, hatakikomi win by Kyokushuzan. 9 wins for him. He's certainly having a good basho. His 2 previous bashos, he's scored 7 each time. 9 already. Chance for 10, maybe a tournament prize as well. Well, these are the 2 that will not fight each other this time. Asashori will be fighting Kaiho. Chiyotakai will be fighting Miyabiyama. Well, there's some money on this one. Takami Sakari fights Wakano Sato. They fought 6 times in the past. Wakano Sato's won 5 of those 6. Each of those banners we just saw represents an envelope with 50,000 yen in it. It's about £300. Now Takami Sakari, awkward fighter, very unpredictable movements, very powerful, but so is Wakano Sato. But there you see Takami Sakari's power overcomes the strongman of sumo, Wakano Sato. He's got a kind of manic strength sometimes. So 8th win and kachikoshi and a bundle of envelopes. Now we move on. Chiyotakai, man who's already got 10 wins and 3 losses. Fights Miyabiyama. These 2 have fought 14 times before. Both of these fighters, Chiyotakai and Miyabiyama, have got a chance to go through to win the basho. Miyabiyama's got 9 wins. If he loses this one, he's well and truly out of it. If he wins, he's got a chance. Sitting at the side, one of the judges was the boss of the Kokonoi stable, where Chiyotakai comes from. Now look at those thrusts. Miyabiyama Starts off by driving Chiyotakai back. Chiyotakai coming back in, pushing in hard, still being driven back. And then Miyabayama gets sidestepped and slapped down. Comes through eventually. Well, touch and go there. Chiyotakai didn't have it all his own way. That takes him up to 11 wins. And that was the 5th loss for Miyabayama. So he drops out of a chance to win this particular tournament. Now we have Asa Shoryu against Kaio. Well, these two have fought each other 8 times before. Each has won 4 times. Asa Shoryu, 137 kilos. Kaio, 175. Kaio, 3-time winner of a tournament. Asa Shoryu, twice winner. He's won the last 2. Now Kaio is big and strong enough to stop this young Yokozuna coming through. He's only 22 years old. Kaio, 30. Will Asa Shoryu go for his rough, tough style of sumo with lots of slaps and thrusts to the face? Or will he just settle for the belt? Be wiser to go for a kick to his original style. Well, there he just gets sidestepped beautifully by Kaio. Kaio just absorbs him and shrugs him off, and that's enough to send him over the edge. Let's watch that one again. So there's, he stops him with his chest. A little bit of assist with his left arm, and that drops Asa Shoryu to the ground. He touches the ground with his hand, and that's a loss. So Kaio, 10th win. Asa Shoryu, 4th loss. So that's leveled it up. The end of day 14. Chiyotakai, once again, back in the lead. He's got 11 wins and 3 losses. Behind him, 2 wrestlers, Asa Shoryu and Kaio, with 10 wins and 4 losses. So any one of these 3 could come through on the last day, depending upon how it pans out. But stay with us. We'll be back very shortly with the last day of the Basho.